Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today I'm going to be doing a review on the Star Wars Black Series Darth Vader 6-inch action figure. So first of all, let's just take a quick look at the box. Obviously we have the same Black Series boxes over here. I mean, these are very nice collector friendly boxes, and that's what I like. And what I mean by collector friendly is that all you have to do is just take this piece of tape off. You can open it up, you can display the figure, you could play with the figure, do whatever you want, you can whack it back in there, and it looks fantastic. So for all you know, I could have already gotten this out if I didn't show you the fact that the tape was done. You know, I really do like the fact that you can kind of reuse these boxes, and they look very sharp and very nice. So here is the bio on the back, and the picture that goes with it, Luke taking off the mask there. And that's pretty much it for the box, so let's get this thing open and take a look. And here is Darth Vader out of the packaging, and I just want to say right off the bat, this thing is definitely the favourite figure in my collection. I mean, just absolutely surpasses anything else that I have. The detail, the articulation for what they've actually had to deal with there and everything, and you know, you can see already the fabric cape and everything. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, words cannot describe just how much I really do love this thing. So off the bat you can obviously tell I'm going to be recommending this figure, but there he is standing next to a couple of stormtroopers there, so you can see how he stacks up next to those guys. And whilst we're on a slight topic of size comparison, here is Magneto, who is essentially the same size as the stormtroopers. He's just a regular Marvel Legends size action figure. So before we take a look at the figure, let's just take a quick look at the lightsaber. As you can see, just before I take it out of the hand, it fits in the hand very snugly. As you can see, I've got the button there right next to his thumb. He's holding the grip extremely well. The easiest way to get this in and out of the hand, you know, if you're worried about paint rub or anything, is just move it down to this part here, the silver bit at the top, which is the thinnest part of the saber, and then you can pull that between the fingers and the thumb. So here is the lightsaber close-up then. So we have the switch over there on the left, and then we have some nice silver detail up here and more little moulded in bits of detail. It does look extremely nice. Obviously it can't have just absolutely everything on there paint-wise and detail-wise because of its size, but it is extremely close. It's very nice. It does have this detachable piece here, so you can actually have him just holding the hilt right here. And this is very straight on mine. It's a very nice colour, but technically that's not the only accessory with this figure. Technically the helmet is actually an accessory, because you can actually remove the helmet, and it does come away in two parts. So basically if you just hold onto the mask and then just pull off this top piece here, you can just take that off, and as you can see, just like the movie, this part comes off first. We have some nice moulded in detail on the inside there that matches up with the detail on the top of this. So you can actually recreate the scene of Luke taking off the mask, but you can even take it off in two separate parts. So you can see all this epic detail. It's just clipped in on the sides at the top here on the inside. So generally if you just pull it off, it'll come off as one. You just got to give it a just hold this down, and then you can take it off in two. It doesn't cover the back, just like the film. This just peels off essentially. You know, it just comes right off there. It's just held on at the front, and here we have Anakin under here, a very old and scarred Anakin / Darth Vader, and it's absolutely epic. Really nice blue eyes. And the detail, like the skin tone, it's very pale, and then it looks as if it's kind of been dry brushed with a darker skin tone, and then you've got that darker colour covering all of the scars and burns. It just looks really awesome and so movie accurate. This just looks absolutely fantastic. I like that they've just gone for a kind of normal face expression, you know, not like an angry one or a dying one, or you know, I just really like this facial expression. And then to go ahead and put that helmet back, it is easier if you just plug these into one another. So essentially, usually if you take it off, it'll just come off like this. And because of this, you do have to be careful when you are turning the head, because sometimes you'll just turn the head and just pull the mask straight off. As you can see, it just kind of wiggles. So when you're turning it, just be a little careful, and you might want to just push down a little bit as well, and that'll help it stay in place. So another detail here is this little metal chain, and it is actually a metal chain, and it's connected to the inside of the cape at the top and bottom, and sometimes it can be lost down there, but you just give it a little flick and flick it back out like so. So basically the cape, if I just hook it over here, you can see he's got some shoulder pads here and whatnot. The cape is essentially hooked underneath this shoulder pad, and it's kind of like tied through it, and it's pretty big. As you can see, this thing is pretty damn huge. I mean, look at that, absolutely huge. And it does have these bits on the end here for like weighing it down. As you can see from packaging, it's got no creases in it whatsoever. It's extremely nice material. As I said, kinda stretchy, and it is longer than his feet. If you hold it up, it will actually come longer than his feet, so when he's standing up, it will kind of touch the ground behind him there, which looks really awesome. And then by looking on the inside again, as you can see, he has this inner piece, which covers up the inner detail. So on the arms, we have this molded in detail that actually carries on all throughout underneath here, and you can't even see it, but you can feel it underneath. So they have actually bothered to sculpt under here, which is fantastic. So we've got more cloth coming underneath, which comes under the belt and comes over the sides here, as you can see, and essentially it's just hooked into this waist piece right here, and you can unhook that. It ends there. So if you want it to just, you know, flow down the side and not cover the front of his legs, you can do that if you wish, or you can just leave it as it is, covering the front of the legs, and you can kind of sort it out however you want, you know, so you can have it folded over and everything. But yeah, so that same molded on detail carries on down his legs. He's got some awesome looking boots under here, and then we have these very nice feet and everything, and nice straps down here. There's literally nothing on here that does not have awesome molded in detail. So another thing that has awesome detail is the front of him right here on this little box up here of electronics and switches and lights and stuff, and then we have these two pieces down here on his belt and everything, which just look absolutely fantastic. This thing is just so well done, it's insane. Like I said, the only thing it's missing is just something like a little hook like on the Luke figure, so that you can actually hook the lightsaber to his belt. I think that would have been fantastic. So as you can see on the face, he does actually have brown lenses, just like in the film if you look closely. Especially in A New Hope, you can actually see the actor's eyes through the mask if you pause it or something. They're not like mirrored lenses or anything like that, you know, and they do look kind of brown, so I like how they have chosen brown there instead of just giving him black eyes and there being no detail there. We have some nice silver there for the nose. And then as for articulation, the head will go left and right and up a little bit. You can actually take it up a little bit more if he doesn't have his mask on there, and then down, not too much but enough. And then the arms come up. Again, it's not too much, but I mean, you know, to have the shoulder pads on there and everything, it's enough. And then they also do a full 360. You just gotta obviously be careful of the shoulder pads and the cape and whatnot. Then he has a single jointed elbow, which also rotates, and then we have a wrist here that rotates and goes in and out. So this hand, he has his kind of force hand, and then over on this hand we have the obviously the gripped hand for the lightsaber. And then as for the waist, he does move left and right extremely fine. No restrictions from this cloth here, because as I said, it's stretchy and just there's enough cloth there. Not like it's not taut, it's not tight, so you can move it very easily. He does crunch backwards and forwards. Now, yes, you may look at that and go, well, that doesn't move anymore, but this belt and this waist piece does actually move a little bit. It's tight to him, but it's not actually attached to him, it's just sitting on him. So that moves, enabling you to crunch forward. So for Darth Vader to be able to crunch that much, I think that's pretty damn good. And as for the legs, they move forward all the way, they move back just a touch, they move outward this much, which is perfectly fine. The thighs rotate up here at this joint. He has double jointed knees, which are great, and then the feet move all the way up and down and have a great ankle pivot, and he also has peg holes in the bottom of his feet. So if you're a Star Wars fan, if you have some money for some Star Wars figures, if you're into the Black Series already, then this is definitely going to be the figure for you. If you absolutely need a Darth Vader in your collection, this should be the one that you should be thinking about. I know that there was either a Hot Toys or a Sideshow Collectibles one, or even both, that was absolutely phenomenal. And if you have the money for that, and if you collect those scale figures, then obviously go ahead and get something like that as your ultimate Darth Vader. But if you collect 6-inch figures, or if you even collect 3 3/4-inch figures, and you just want a Darth Vader to really stand out as like a centerpiece amongst them, then this is definitely the figure that you have to get. So the detail is epic, the cape is epic, the lightsaber is really cool. I like that you've got that little metal chain on there. You can remove the helmet. His hand gestures are really awesome. You can get him in great poses, even though obviously Articulation isn't as good as other Black Series or say Marvel Legends stuff that Hasbro produce or whatever, but the absolute quality and feel and look of this figure is definitely a massive step forwards for Hasbro, and honestly, it looks and feels a hell of a lot more expensive than it is. So if you come across one of these, I would definitely recommend that you pick this thing up. If you want to see these Stormtroopers, I will have a link to those in the description. You can also find those on my channel. And to see more Star Wars Black Series figure reviews, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and remember to give it a thumbs up if you like the video. If you want to check out pictures of my displays and latest pickups and what I've got coming up to review, then go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The links will be in the description. It's Homerino123 for both. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.